Hello everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how I record and edit videos using Sony Vegas, Audacity, and Fraps, and all the necessary steps that I take to get them ready for YouTube. Now, let me say to start that this is not the end-all be-all of video editing, recording, making, and that there are many different programs. These are just the programs I use, and these are the techniques that I use, and they work for me. So let's get started by opening a test window in Audacity. So this is something I recorded a bit earlier, so I can demonstrate pretty much the only thing I do in Audacity. Actually, to start, before I do that, let me explain. Vegas is a video editing software. It's about $400. That's probably going to be the most expensive thing if you want to make videos, is the editing software. So that's Vegas. Audacity's free. It's a great program. I highly recommend it. It just records whatever audio you may have. I suppose you can make it record in-game audio, but that would be kind of pointless because that is where Fraps comes in. Fraps can record your voice in addition to the in-game audio, so you actually don't need Audacity. I like having my voice in a separate file. Now, I'll get into Fraps and Vegas later. Right now, I'm going to get into Audacity. It's a really good program. So I mainly use it for one very important thing, and that's removing noise. And now I'm going to pause this video. Do I want to pause it or stop it? I think I want to stop it. Alright, so I'm going to stop this video and then play this clip, and then I'll explain what I just played and what I do to fix it. This is a test. This is only a test. Alright, so what you just heard there was me saying, this is a test, this is only a test. That's not important. What is important is all the noise behind it, or behind it and after I was done speaking. So this is basically just called noise. So how to remove it? Now, mine wasn't very powerful, like I didn't have a lot of noise in there, so it probably wouldn't be a big deal for me to remove it, but for those of you who have, cheaper mics, you're going to want to remove it because it's a slight, static sound in the background, or electronic sound. It could be any, subtle noise in the background. It could be your fan going in the background, for goodness sake. So, what you're going to want to do to remove it is you select the area, and you select an area that there's an area of dead space. There's no audio files or there's no wavelengths in that area. Or there is, but they're minor. Basically, all the area where you're not speaking, all the unimportant stuff. So you select an area that's nice and, as flat as it can be. And you go to Effect. And in the pull-down menu, you go to Noise Removal. You click on Noise Removal. You say Get Noise Profile. It's right at the top. Step 1, Get Noise Profile. So you get it, and then after you have identified and gotten your noise profile, you press Control A. That selects the whole clip. You go to Effect again. You go back to Noise Removal, and then you click OK. Now, you can adjust all this stuff in Step 2. I find where it's at works well for me, but you can adjust these as needed until you get the appropriate level of noise removal that doesn't sound too weird. You'll get kind of a weird echoey alien sound if you try to remove too much noise, or you have a bad sample of noise. So you just click that, and it was very minor what it removed, but in a long video it might make a difference. Now, I removed all that noise, and now that's pretty much the only step that I take in Audacity. Once I've recorded my sound and I've removed the noise, I just export it. So I go to Export, I export it as a WAV. That process is fairly straightforward, so I won't get into that. Now, I'm going to explain Fraps for just a second. Most of you know how Fraps works. If you have Fraps, it's very simple. It's a super simple program. You can record either in 60 frames per second, 50 frames per second, or 30. I recommend 30 because I think that's YouTube's native frame rate. So why would you be recording in 50 frames if you're just going to get it cut down either way? So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. I could be wrong on that though. Now, the sound capture settings, this is just what it's going to be recording. So in this case, record Win7 sound, it's just whatever sound is coming off my computer. In this case, it would be a game. If I'm playing a game, you know, if I'm playing Minecraft, I'm going to be hearing zombies and banging on doors. So that's what this would be recording. Now you can have this selection record external input, which would be recording my microphone. I don't have that checked. I have Audacity. That's what I use. And that's pretty much it. I'm currently recording in full size. That's just so if there's any minute details on my screen that you guys need to see, like, oh, does he have hide mouse cursor on in video selected? You can see that I don't. Now, I typically record in half size because for YouTube, unless you have a video that's 1080p, half size is going to be plenty big, because if you record in full screen, then half of your full screen is, you know, about the same size as a YouTube video, you know, even in 720p resolution. So well, I guess it wouldn't be resolution, it would be quality. So you can have this selected, split movie every 4 gigabytes. I don't recommend that if you have like big videos. You want all your videos in, you know, one you want them in one file. It kind of gets irritating, you know, trying to drag and drop a bunch of videos. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Fraps. It's a great program. It's $40. It's very cheap, in my opinion. $40 is cheap for what you get with Fraps. I personally think it's the best video recording software out there, in terms of screen recording software. And I'd highly recommend it. You have it for life once you get it. So, you know, if this isn't your thing, it's always there. If you ever need to record what's on your screen or whatever, it's there. It's a better investment than a video camera, in my opinion. So, now let's look at Sony Vegas. Alright, so I have Sony Vegas open right now, and pretty much all you see on here is this little clip. It's a little Minecraft clip. It's just my character running around in a room. It might look low frame rate right now. That's just because I'm doing a lot of things at once. But yeah, that's basically all that happens in there. And I guess all I wanted to explain with Sony Vegas is that there's how to get the right quality. Now you can adjust the volume of your clip. You know, you can import your voice. You can do all this stuff. You can add effects. All that's fine and dandy. Really not going to affect the quality of your video too much. What is going to affect the quality of your video is your settings. So if you click this little thing up here, it's like a little box with a cursor over it, a little black cursor. If you click on that box, that's your project properties. And currently I have my template set as HDV 720 by 30p, or not by 30p, 30p, 1280 by 720, 29.97 frames per second. So that's basically just what my video is, you know, that's my video template. Now you can hopefully zoom in and see what all this says, but none of it matters too much. I put my video resolution rendering quality at best. Just make sure your frame rate is at 29 or 30, whatever. I think it's going to be 29.97. That's standard. And then, yeah, pixel aspect ratio, make it 1, just square. And then everything else you can just leave as is. So the second most important thing, actually the first most important thing, you go to render as. Now, I have Windows Media Video 11. That's what you want to use to upload your videos to YouTube, in my opinion, because it seems to hold the best quality while remaining a small file. And what I use is 6 megabytes per second, or megabits, whatever you fucking people call it. Alright, so 720 by 30p video, that is just like, that's what I use. I really don't know the difference between all these numbers. That's what I use. It seems to turn out pretty well. So, oh yeah, I guess now that I'm looking at it, that makes sense, because 6 megabytes is as high as you can go before you're into 1080p. So I go to customize template. I go to, actually, let me show you guys something really quick. A good trick in pretty much all the videos that I make, I click on, I'm going way ahead of myself. I click on, I right click the video and I click properties, and I go to disable resample. There's some videos you might need to uncheck maintain aspect ratio to get a better look, but I just do disable resample because, well, it creates some sort of disgusting looking ghost effect. It fills in frames when when you don't want them filled in. Alright, so let's go back to render as. Customize template. And then you're going to want to go to project and use video rendering quality. If it wasn't already selected in your project properties, you're going to want to change it here. You just go to best. Either way, when in doubt, just make everything best, in my opinion. So that's what I do. If you have a crappier computer, you might not want to do best on everything. Video smoothness, like, you can bring it up to 100, but it's really not going to change your quality. So I don't change that typically. I might do it just for fun though. Alright, so that's pretty much what I do to record and edit videos. So I'll call it Untitled 4 and I'll render. So this will render through very quickly because it's a small clip. And that's pretty much it, guys. In terms of any final things I have to say, I would say that in Fraps, if you, for instance, if you open Minecraft, run, a lot of you may record Minecraft as in a window this big, and that's fine. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to record it in full size. But if you're playing Minecraft full screen, you'll want to record in half size. You see how that works? So both video files are going to come out the exact same size because you're doing the opposite for each. So that's all I have to say about that. It's very unimportant, but that's the only thing that's coming to mind in terms of things I'm forgetting. So that has been not a tutorial, but my explanation and demonstration of the techniques I use to achieve the results I achieve. So, thank you for watching, guys. This has been a thing. See you later. Oh, and before I go, if you just stumbled upon this video, please subscribe because I have a normal YouTube channel. That's what I normally do. I record and edit videos and put them on the internet for your viewings. So go and view them, please.